We are at the BELLER Museum in Romeoville, Illinois. As you can see, most of the antique cars are Ford, with very few exceptions.
Here for Dr. Jordan Beller in his personal collection. It's called the Beller Museum. I've been working on cars since I was 12 years old. I met Jordan when I was 17, and I met him because I bought a Model A Ford, and he was a Model A Ford collector, and he came in to meet me, and I've known him ever since. Eventually, I got the opportunity to come here and work for him full time, and I love it. Tomorrow, I will be 69 years old, and I have been since I was 65. Everybody keeps saying, "Are you going to retire?" And I said, "And do what? Go home and play with old cars? I can come here and play with old cars every day." And they write me a check every month. So it is an absolute privilege to come here and play with the doctor's collection.
Repeat your name, please.
I am Terry McGinnis.
And you have been working for how many years here?
About 12 or 13 now for Jordan.
Okay, and what do you do during the regular day?
Well, first of all, one of the things I do is give tours. So I am the docent here, but also I am a very mechanical guy. So I'm familiar with Model A Ford. So that what we do is take his piles of parts. He's been gathering cars for a long time and not working on making them run. So he decided that one at a time now we'll take his unfinished cars and turn them into drivable cars. So my brother and I work next door, and that's all we do full time is prepare and make his cars. He does not like us to paint them. We don't make them shiny. He likes them to look the way he found them. That's the patina term. That's like furniture. People don't want to restore it because then you take it away. And what he says is many people in old cars are interested in restoring them back to exactly the way they were when they built, the brand new when they first came off the assembly line, which is okay. But all these cars have history. And if you restore them back to brand new, you erase the history of those cars. There's no story to tell anymore. So he likes his cars to have a story. So when I do this tour, normally it can take a couple of hours, and I tell the story of most every vehicle in here in the museum because they're all
One more question. Why most of the cars the owner chose are from 1931 and 1932?
I think he just very early on he liked 32s. That gray one that was his original car. That was a 1932. But 32 was a very popular year and also a short production year. So there's fewer of them around. They became more and more valuable because there's fewer of them. Well, the Model A's are very similar to the 32s, a slightly simpler, and they were plentiful. There's lots of them. So we just decided to play with the Model A's because they were easier to come by, and it was more opportunities to own them and own the parts that go with them. Way that Jordan likes to have them look. This is a perfect example of the kind of finish that he wants on his cars because, like I said, they tell the story of the car's history. This is one of his favorite drivers. This one runs really well because I did all the mechanical repairs on it, but he doesn't like us to make him look any different. So he drives this one all the time. So when he does the parades and things like that, this is the car that he uses.
Okay, Mr. McGinnis, which one is your favorite car?
Well, absolutely, my favorite is this one. This is a 35 Ford pickup, and it runs fantastically. We use this truck all the time. So the reason it's my favorite is because it's completely usable. I could take this truck home and drive it as my daily driver without any hesitation at all. The rest of them are neat. I like all of the Model A Fords. I have a Model A Ford of my own, but from this collection, I don't have a building like this. So I don't want to just have Model A's that'll just sit and be nice. I want one I can use. So that's what I like about this one is it's extremely usable. She likes it because we've always had big Suburbans and things like that, and she just loves that body shape.
So your wife's favorite is the green one.
Right, the green Suburban.
Wow, that's beautiful. Tell me something about this car.
It's actually a 50 Chevy Suburban, and the reason that Jordan bought it is one of his patients, when he had his eye doctor business, came in and said, "Grandpa can't drive his truck anymore. Would you be interested?" So he went and looked at it in the garage. He doesn't generally buy Chevrolets. He likes his Fords. But what he said was that truck looks exactly like the truck that used to pick him up when he was a little kid to go to a day camp. It was a summertime program where they would take it to see factories and things like that. And what they rode in looked exactly like that truck. So he bought it just for the nostalgia of it. But that's why we have that in our collection.
My last question is, do you see the future of the antique cars?
Antique cars will be around for a long time. Right now, in the hobby, the 50s and 60s cars are much more popular because the guys who are growing up and have enough money to buy cars, they want the cars that were significant to them when they were young people. But there's still a fair amount of people interested in pre-war cars, as they're known, pre-1942. So I think it'll go on for a really long time. There's some really significant museums around the country. Um, I think that the United States will support an old car hobby for a long time, and it's also real popular in Australia and a lot of Europe. So I don't think there's any danger of it actually going away.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.